Ha ha. All righty. You're back. Oh boy. Boy, I got a good one. I got a good one now. You ready? Happy little teaching here that has to do with a very radical, liberating teaching. Probably one of the most radical teachings of the Lord Jesus. And I think most people, they never realize how explosive this particular teaching could be. And what was the teaching? Really simple. Remember, he said, do not judge, do not criticize. There are many ways that people tend to hear that. But I think one of the things that I have found is that I for one, did not quite understand how liberating that statement was during his times, especially, and freeing, because he wasn't saying be nice. He wasn't saying don't be mean. He was dismantling the entire machinery of social control. Okay? Do not judge. This is the great unburdening. And I'll show you why. When the Lord Jesus said, do not judge or criticize, he wasn't giving a moral rule. He was removing the weight, a weight that had been placed on people by religious traditions, family expectations, cultural norms, purity laws, social hierarchies. Okay. And even their own conditioned, our own conditioned reactions. See, judgment is the mechanism by which societies enforce conformity. Criticism is how families pass down fear. Condemnation is how institutions maintain control. And Jesus, the Lord, he cut the cord. Yeah, didn't he? He said, in essence, you are no longer obligated to carry the inherited reactions of your culture. That is liberation. Oh, yeah, that is liberation. He freed people. I mean, didn't he say that's why he came? To set the prisoner free? He freed people from the reflex of separation. Boy, and that was a big one in his culture, then and today. Judgment creates distance. Criticism creates hierarchy. Oh, who's looking up and who's looking down? Condemnation creates fear. Huh? And when he removed those, he removed the barriers between people, you know, took them right out of the way. Boom. Threw them in the sea. He made it possible to see others without the filters of class, tribe, reputation, past mistakes, social standing, religious approval, or, yeah, see, he took all those things away. He restored the human gaze. That's what he did. And so, you can associate with anyone you choose. And boy, did he know and did he address the implications of what he was about and anyone who associated with him because of who he associated with: tax collectors, prostitutes, zealots, the sick. Talk about people wearing masks, I don't want what they got. We had a little taste of that, in COVID. You understand why in some cultures people do not shake hands. They bow from a distance too. You say when somebody, you're welcome, right? Yeah. That means, you're welcome to my house. What, we really? No, oh no. These are the people that said, are you well? And the guy said, yeah. Oh, come in, come in. From a distance, are you well? Yeah. Come in. Welcome. Well, come. Not well, go. The sick, the unclean. Oh, hey, man. But he didn't stop there. See, the Lord Jesus taught us how to love the socially condemned and the religiously unacceptable, but not because he was making a point. Why? Because he was free. See, and he wants you and me to be free too. Now, I learned this many years ago when the Lord set me free. See, he wanted others to be free too, and he said where to go and where to tell people the message of freedom. You can be with anyone you want to. When you stop judging, you don't have criterion anymore. I don't know what to say. I don't care who you are, what you are. You Mormon, Presbyterian, are you, do you worship? What do you worship? I don't know. Let's sit down and talk about it. City of peace, Jerusalem. When you stop judging, we stop living inside the cages built by other people's fears. Other people's fears. I didn't choose those fears. I mean, I swallowed them, learned them, and I had to write them down on tests when I was asked. See, I can sit with anyone. You can love anyone. You can learn from anyone. You can walk with anyone. Isn't that cool? Your associations are no longer dictated by shame, reputation, fear of contamination, inherited prejudice. Inherited prejudice. How many times you want to be with somebody and say, no, you can't be with that person. Or the expectations of your tribe. Mm-hmm. You become sovereign in your relationships. I like that. Always have. I've lived in that place. And not because I was raised as a street urchin in New York City in the 60s. 60s and 70s. Shoot. No, and because there were the Irish here and the Italians there. We were learning to integrate a little bit, But there was a lot of segregation, in New York City. Queens. Queens was cool. Elmhurst was cool. That way. We learn to live together, you know. You had to keep certain people at arm's length. Well, all right. So much for tonight. For today, whenever you be here, good to see you. And I have a little saying when it comes toward the. I used to say go, you know, go in peace. But I don't say that anymore. Now I say remain in peace.